Hi, good morning. It's Delilah. Let me get this a little bit more volume. I was having such an awesome time this morning, and the funniest memory came to my mind. Um, but as it started to go through my mind, I realized how powerful it was as it really taught me. It was one of the instances that really taught me that sometimes along the way, we adopt the thoughts and opinions of other people and we accept them as our own. And so um, there was this power in forming my own opinion. And I would have to say for me, and I'm assuming this may be the same for you, um, that takes a bit of work. And so I won't be here very long, but what I will share with you, good morning, Carrie. What I will share with you, what I will share with you will be powerful. And so I just want to talk a little bit about forming your own opinion. I'll just share some snippets and then I'll tell you the really funny story because for me it was a really funny story. I'm sure you'll get a kick out of it. Um, when we think about simple things, beautiful, unattractive, powerful, whatever the adjective may be, a lot of that, when you think about it, has been absorbed through the lens of someone else. So, since someone else said that, maybe, for instance, green scarves are unattractive, right? You lived your life in an environment where green scarves were unattractive. Attractive. This is very simple. I'm trying to break this down. You live your life where green scarves are unattractive. Your parents told you that green scarves were unattractive. Guess what? When you grew up, you thought green scarves were unattractive. And so the work that comes is challenging yourself on why do you think what you think? Like looking at the green scarf and say, do I really believe you're unattractive? Do I like the color green? Do I like scarves? Why do I like scarves? Right? And not just accepting this pre-programming um, as your fact, as your reality. And it shows up, I'm gonna be honest with you, in more places than you think. That we've adopted, oh, that's good, that's bad, that should be this way, that should be this way. Just because somebody else told us it was supposed to be. It's the most powerful thing when we can recognize or start to ask the question of why do I think what I think? The funny story that I wanted to share, because I want to be less than 5 minutes. The funny story that I wanted to share was while living in New Jersey. Living in New Jersey, I was riding along the street. For most of you, I am a Christian. Everything I do is pretty much Christian based. And so I was right along the street, and I was having this conversation with God, just this random conversation with God, and He was asking me like, "What do I look like to you?" Like, what do I look like to you? Because I'm praying to this God, right? I'm praying to this God, and I'm not having a visual of what he actually looks like. We know in the Bible it gives a description. Hey, good morning, Ivory. It gives a description of what Jesus looks like, but God is magnificent. Like, and so God was like, "You're praying to me, but what do I look like to you?" And I was like, "Wow, that's a good question." And so the first image I had was like this big giant guy with like all this hair and like this long beard and just really, all of this was like gray and white and he was like, "So I look like Santa Claus?" And I was like, "Oh my God." And I'm like, "Okay, no, no." And so I'm still driving down 21 and me and God are having this conversation. And then I get the next image and this time he's like a black guy and he's buttoned up and all professional and everything. And he has on this sweater and he's like, "So I look like Bill Cosby?" I'm like, "Oh my goodness." He's like, "Delilah, like remove all of the tradition of what somebody else has shared with you on what you think a God or power or whatever it is should look like and just form your own thought." And just form your own thought. And when I tell you guys, it was so freeing, and I'll tell you what God looks like to me in just a second. It was so freeing to say, I have an intimate relationship with my father, and I know what my father looks like. And he may not look the same as he looks to you, but I can form my own thought and my own opinion. And when we walked away from the conversation, when I pray to God, this is who I see or what I see in my mind because I see him because I formed my own thought and he's walked me through the process. My God looks like fire wrapped in wind, literally a flame of fire with wind circling around it. And so that's what my father looks like. That's what my father looks like because I took the time to create my own thought and not just accept the thought or preconceived notions of men. So I challenge you today as you're walking around and you're forming opinions, you're thinking this or this about that, ask yourself, why? Why? Where did that come from? When did I form that thought or opinion? And is that truly what I believe? I think you're going to find something really powerful today. And I invite you into this journey. Have a great day. I'll talk to you guys later.